In the 20 plus years that I've known Nellie Hill, I've set 17 of her poems to music. 11 of them deal with rather serious and at times even somber subjects. Nellie does, however, have a rather humorous side as well, and so do I. So feeling the need to acknowledge this contrast, I composed Inside the Smile in 2016. The texts of the 5 Nellie Hill poems I chose to set, while lighthearted and full of humorous inflections, are nonetheless exemplary of Nellie's profound gift for expressing how we human creatures often relate or not to one another. As composer, I set myself the goal of trying to express the psychological, emotional, and underlying dramatic character of each poem. What resulted is actually not so much songs in the traditional meaning of the word, but rather what I would describe as a vocal and instrumental expansion of the poet's words, almost a kind of theater.
Inside the Smile. To laugh, according to some, is related to moo, a cousin of sneer and snarl. Those two evolved to grin, irony and sin, with giggles from jig and fiddle. It's said that simply smiling can change the brain's sparks, but to attain that, you must maintain your mouth's upward motion until it's become your style.
To laugh according to some is related to moo, a cousin of sneer and snarl. Those two evolved to grin, irony and sin, with giggles from jig and fiddle. It's said that simply smiling can change the brain sparks, but to attain that, you must maintain your mouth's upward motion until it's become your style.
Non sequiturs. At a book party after dinner to celebrate the reading of Ms. Blank, he was her ex, and he stood in front of Ms. Unknown and described his childhood in the London post-war rubble, selected a fig stuffed with cream cheese, popped it into his mouth, licked all 5 fingers, and announced, "I'm a researcher with 2 books about disease." Along came another ex, a man with a small chin and stringy hair, a clever look in his eye, and talked about the famous writer, now dead, who, unbeknownst to most, wrote all his novels and many poems while drunk. Ms. Unknown quaffed her wine and washed her hands before going home.
selected a fig stuffed with cream cheese, popped it into his mouth, licked all 5 fingers, and announced, "I'm a researcher with 2 books about disease." Along came another ex, a man with a small chin and stringy hair, a clever look in his eye, and talked about a famous writer, now dead, who, unbeknownst to most, wrote all his novels and many poems. While drunk, Miss Unknown quaffed her wine, then washed her hands before going home.
The White Blouse. My mother loved white blouses. She thought every girl should wear one. I hated the stiff cotton and no color. Even at 10, I knew that white was doing me no good, and then the thing would unstuff itself from the waistband of my skirt, and I'd spend hours wrestling with it, knowing I was good, a good girl in a white blouse, my mother's idea of good. After school, I smoked and drank just like her. I wanted so much to be an adult, and I was good at it in my white blouse.
My mother loved white blouses. She said every girl should wear one. I hated the stiff
my daily walk. Today, as I was walking along the road and dawn was rising over the redwoods and the frosty meadows, a woman on a bike behind me shouted, "On your left." I muttered, "On your right." Then along came Tiny, the runner who once spat when he passed me and yelled out, "Bitch." I call him Tiny because he's short and muscular and looks as if he would hate to be called tiny. When he passes me, I whisper, "Tiny." The trees smile down on us, our human struggles, although I notice the wrens are not living so harmoniously. Ruffled tail feathers and beak bites, all for a few seeds when there are plenty more just a few beats over. The cars, too, why do they take this back road if they're in such a hurry? They careen in on the curves, just brushing my shoulder, but I've learned that if I spread my arms just a little, the merest hint of wings, they veer away as if I've shown them something from another world.
Because he's short and muscular and looked as if he would hate to be called tiny. Feathers and beak bites, all for a few seeds when there are plenty more a few beats over. The cars, too. Why do they take this back road if they're in such a hurry? They careen in on the curb, just brushing my shoulder. But I've learned that if I spread my arms just a little, the merest hint of wings, they veer away as if I've shown them something from another world.
Crumbs. She bites hard into the cookies. Crumbs spatter off her teeth. She talks loudly. More crumbs. A goddess of crumbs. Brushes wildly at her shoulders, her chest, down her arms, her belly, her lap. She sweeps them onto the rug, my rug. As if the crumbs were ants, they run, roll, fall to the floor. She claps her hands together, a crash of cymbals, wild, winged crumbs. And I, who made the cookies with so much butter that crumbs were inevitable, why don't they fly off me? A few land on my lap, and I move to the wastebasket to brush them off with thin precision. She's voluminous, exuberant, smiling from beneath long platinum hair, dislikes anger, takes a pill to avoid it. I ask myself, am I angry? Do I mind vacuuming once she's gone, moving again and again after every speck? Wouldn't I like to be voluminous, talking on and on from beneath a curtain of platinum in my oblivious rain of crumbs?
She bites hard into the cookie, crumbs spatter off her teeth. She talks loudly, more crumbs, a goddess of crumbs, brushes wildly at her shoulders, her chest, down her arms, her belly, her lap. She sweeps them onto the rug. As if the crumbs were ants, they run, roll, down to the floor. She claps her hands together, a crash of cymbals, wild winged crumbs. And I, who made the cookies with so much butter, but crumbs were inevitable. Why don't they fly up me? Of you land on my lap, and I move to the wastebasket to brush them off with thin precision. She's voluminous, exuberant, smiling from beneath, on platinum hair, disliked anger, takes a pill